Well, hello there folks, it's your friend Lou, and boy am I excited to be talking with you today. Welcome to our guide on choosing the right goat breed for your farm. Goats are wonderful animals full of personality and purpose, but not every goat is suited for every farm or family. Today we're going to explore some of the most popular goat breeds. We'll look at their unique characteristics, from milk to meat, and even fibers. My goal is to give you the information you need to make an informed decision, so grab a cup of coffee, settle in, and let's talk goats. Let's get to it, shall we? Alright, before we start parading out all these different goat breeds, we need to cover some real basics. It's like building a good barn. You need a solid foundation. Goats generally fall into a few main categories. You've got your dairy goats, bred for giving lots of milk. Then there are meat goats, bred for quality meat. And dual-purpose breeds, good for both milk and meat. Knowing what you want from your goats is the first step. Your climate plays a huge role in which breeds will do well. Some goats handle cold winters well, while others need warmth. Some breeds handle heat stress better. Match the breed to your local weather for healthy, comfortable animals. If lots of milk is what you're after, let me introduce you to the Saanen goat. These fine animals hail from the Saanen Valley in Switzerland. Known for its beautiful Alps and excellent dairy animals, they are one of the most popular dairy breeds worldwide. A Saanen often comes to mind when thinking of a classic dairy goat with that distinctive all-white or creamy coat. They're striking animals and top-notch milk producers. A good Saanen doe can produce 1 to 2 gallons a day, sometimes even more during their peak. Their milk is fresh-tasting and excellent for drinking, and you can make delicious cheese and yogurt with it. Saanens are calm, docile, and easy to handle, making them great for beginners and families with children. They're content munching on hay and producing wonderful milk. Next up, let's talk about another star in the dairy goat world, the Alpine goat. These hardy animals, as their name suggests, originated in the French Alps, so you know right away they're built to be tough and adaptable. I've always admired Alpines for their resilience and their ability to thrive in a variety of conditions. They're not quite as large as the Saanens, generally speaking, but they are excellent milkers in their own right, and they bring a certain spunk and character to the farm. When it comes to hardiness and adaptability, Alpines really shine. Having developed in those mountainous regions, they are naturally good foragers, able to make the most out of pasture that other, more delicate breeds might turn their noses up at. They can handle different climates pretty well, from cooler regions to moderately warm ones, as long as they have access to shade and fresh water, of course. This adaptability makes them a popular choice for farmers in diverse geographical locations. They're known for their stamina and vigor, which are great traits for any livestock animal you're depending on. Now let's talk milk, because that's what dairy goats are all about. Alpines are very good producers, consistently giving a good quantity of milk over a long lactation period. Ah, the Nubian goat. If there's one breed that steals the show, it's the Nubian. Spot them by their long, bell-shaped ears and Roman nose. Full of character, these goats are playful and friendly. Originating from northeastern Africa, they thrive in hot climates. Prized for their rich, creamy milk with high butterfat content. Perfect for cheese, yogurt, and even soap. Nubian milk is often sweeter and less goaty in flavor. Nubians are also known for being quite vocal. They love to talk and interact with people, truly a delightful breed. Alright, let's shift gears a bit from dairy and talk about a breed that's king when it comes to meat production, the Boer Goat. If you're looking to raise goats primarily for meat, this is a name you're going to hear a lot, and for very good reason. Originating from South Africa, Boer Goats were specifically developed for their superior meat qualities. Things like rapid growth, excellent carcass conformation, and overall hardiness. They've become incredibly popular worldwide, and I've seen firsthand how they can transform a meat goat operation. The most impressive thing about Boer Goats is their rapid growth rate and feed conversion efficiency. These fellas can pack on the pounds relatively quickly, especially compared to dairy breeds or unimproved goat types. This means you can get them to market weight faster, which is a big economic advantage for any meat producer. They are known for having a high dressing percentage. That's the amount of usable meat you get from the live animal. And their carcasses are typically well-muscled and fleshy. This efficiency is a key reason why they dominate the commercial meat goat industry. When it comes to meat quality, Boer goat meat is highly regarded. Now let's talk about a breed that's earned a reputation for being incredibly tough and low maintenance, the Kiko goat. The Kiko breed was developed in New Zealand, and the name Kiko actually comes from a Maori word meaning flesh or meat. They were bred specifically to thrive under rugged, low-input farming conditions, which means they're survivors. If you're looking for a meat goat that can pretty much take care of itself, forage well, and still produce good kids with minimal fuss, then the Kiko is a breed you absolutely need to know about. I've been impressed by their sheer hardiness. The defining characteristic of Kiko goats is their exceptional hardiness. These animals were selected for their ability to survive and reproduce in challenging environments with minimal intervention from farmers. This means they tend to have strong maternal instincts, good parasite resistance compared to some other breeds, and an ability to maintain body condition even on less than perfect pasture. For farmers who want a more hands-off approach, or who have rougher terrain and forage, Kikos can be a real blessing. They're not looking for pampering, that's for sure. Let's journey now to talk about a type of goat that's a true American original in a way, the Spanish goat. Now, Spanish goat isn't a strictly defined breed like a Saanen or a Boer with a closed herd book and all that. Instead, it refers to a land race of goats that descended from the animals brought over by Spanish explorers and settlers centuries ago. These goats adapted and thrived, often in feral or semi-feral conditions, particularly in the hotter, drier regions of the southern United States and Mexico. They are the ultimate survivors, shaped by natural selection. The most significant advantage of Spanish goats is their incredible adaptation to hot climates. Having evolved over generations in places like Texas and the American Southwest, they are exceptionally heat-tolerant and drought-resistant. They can handle conditions that would put a lot of stress on other breeds. If you're farming in an area with scorching summers and unpredictable rainfall, the Spanish goat's ability to thrive with minimal water and forage is a huge asset. They are tough, resourceful animals, and that's what has allowed them to persist for so long. Chapter 8. The Fiber Finery Angora Goats. Now let's switch gears completely and talk about a goat that's not primarily raised for milk or meat, but for its beautiful luxurious fiber, the Angora goat. These elegant animals are famous for producing mohair, a lustrous and resilient fiber that's highly sought after for clothing, upholstery, and crafts. Originating from the Angora region in Turkey, now Ankara, these goats are truly specialists. If you're interested in fiber production, or just admire unique and beautiful livestock, the Angora is a fascinating breed to learn about. The star of the show with Angora goats is, of course, their mohair. Unlike wool from sheep, mohair is known for its incredible luster, smoothness, and strength. It takes dye exceptionally well, resulting in vibrant, rich colors. Angora goats produce this fiber continuously, so they need to be shorn twice a year, typically in the spring and fall. A mature Angora can produce anywhere from 8 to 16 pounds or even more of mohair per year, depending on its age, size, and genetics. The soft gold specialists, Cashmere Goats. Following on from Angoras, let's talk about another type of fiber goat, one that produces what many call soft gold, the Cashmere goat. Now, it's important to understand that Cashmere isn't a specific breed in the same way an Angora or a Saanen is. Rather, Cashmere is the incredibly fine, soft, downy undercoat produced by many different types of goats. So, a Cashmere goat is any goat that has been selectively bred to produce a commercially significant quantity of this luxurious fiber. It's a delicate product from some often hardy animals. The magic of Cashmere lies in its extraordinary softness and warmth. It's one of the finest natural fibers in the world, incredibly lightweight yet very insulating. This luxurious down is grown by the goats during the colder months as an undercoat, beneath their coarser outer guard hairs. The cashmere is typically harvested once a year, in late winter or early spring, as the goats naturally begin to shed this undercoat. Chapter 10. The pint-sized personalities, Pygmy Goats. Last but certainly not least on our list today, let's talk about a breed that's small in stature but absolutely huge in personality, the Pygmy Goat. These charming little critters originated in West Africa, specifically the Cameroon Valley, and they've become incredibly popular around the world, especially as pets and for smaller homesteads. If you're limited on space or just looking for a friendly, manageable goat that's full of character, the Pygmy might be just what the doctor ordered. They really do pack a lot of goat into a small package. The most obvious characteristic of Pygmy goats is their compact size. They are a true dwarf breed, typically standing only about 16 to 23 inches tall at the shoulder. This small size makes them ideal for folks with smaller acreage, suburban backyards where permitted, of course, or for those who might find larger goat breeds a bit intimidating to handle. Despite their small stature, they are surprisingly hardy and robust little animals, quite adaptable to various climates as long as they have good shelter. Their manageable size also makes them great for children involved in 4-H or FFA projects. Now the prompt mentioned their soft, luxurious fleece. Making your final choice and happy farming! Well folks, we've covered a whole barn full of different goat breeds today, haven't we? From the high-volume milkers like the Saanens and Alpines, to the rich milk Nubians, the meaty Boers and Kikos, the hardy Spanish goats, the fiber-producing Angoras and Cashmeres, and those delightful little Pygmies. Phew, that's a lot to think about, I know. But remember, taking the time to choose the right goat breed for your specific farm, your goals, and your lifestyle can make all the difference in your farm's success and your enjoyment of these wonderful animals. It's about finding that perfect fit. So, before you rush out to get your first kid, I really encourage you to sit down and review your farming goals. What do you primarily want from your goats? Milk, meat, fiber, companionship, or maybe a bit of everything? Then, do some research on local resources. Talk to other goat farmers in your area, see what breeds are doing well for them, and find out where you can source healthy, well-bred animals. And my best advice, especially if you're just starting out, is to start small. You can always grow your herd later, but it's easier to learn the ropes with just a few animals. Thank you so much for joining me today on this journey through the world of goat breeds. I truly hope this has been helpful and given you a good starting point for making your decision. Goats are amazing creatures, and with the right match, they can bring so much to your life and your farm. Don't forget to like this video if you found it useful. Subscribe to the channel for more farming tips and guides, and be sure to hit that bell icon so you don't miss a thing. Until next time, happy farming, and may your pastures be green and your goats be healthy.